Thank you for being part of today's session. Glad you're able to join me. Thank you. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in situations where we feel like we have to set someone straight. So I shared this post this morning when I talked about knowing when to turn your back and walk away. Apparently, in the world that we live in today, there's so much focus, so much attention, so much energy on constructs that we have no control over. For instance, we see people pay so much attention to haters, we see people pay so much attention to enemies, and oftentimes I'm just wondering in my head, why so much attention? Why do you have to pay so much attention to things you don't have control over? Praise God. You know, you have to be very selective on what you give your attention to. You have to be very selective on what gains your attention, what gains your time, what gains your affection, what gains your emotion. Otherwise, you will set up yourself for failure. I say that because oftentimes we will find ourselves in a situation where we will channel all our energy towards something that is just a distraction. For instance, there is somebody that doesn't like you or has said something nasty about you, and then you wake up in the morning, dress up, you want to go to that person's house to set this person straight. You want to go and tell the person that why would they do that? The question I usually like to ask is, if you have to find yourself in that situation 10 times in a year, would you respond every single time to go set them straight that they lied? Apparently, it's not worth your energy. It's not worth your energy. You know, you must recognize the thoughts that you give ascendancy in your life. What gains dominion over your life? What is that thought that you will spend your time thinking about? Otherwise, you find yourself in a situation where your mind becomes a dumping ground. People with negative energy will just dump their dirt on you, and you will absorb them. You must learn to understand which comments you're going to ignore. You must learn to understand which fights you're going to ignore. Have you ever wondered why pigs fight the way they fight? There's this popular saying that says, a man who is on the floor needs no fear of dirt. And so guess what? He will drag any other person on the floor. And so what am I saying? When you are bigger than somebody and the person is trying to put you at their level, the best thing you can do for yourself is to ensure that you don't allow them drag you to that lower level. And how will they drag you to that lower level? By engaging in discussions that are unprofitable, by putting your energy into that dialogue, into things that are not worth it. So what am I saying? I'm saying pick your battles. Know when to walk away. And most times you need to walk away. Most times. The bulk of the times you need to walk away. You need to just ignore. For instance, a man who doesn't have a strong mind cannot be a social media. You're a public person, you're a public speaker, and you use Twitter, you use Facebook, and then you make a comment that's people from all walks of life are just going to comment. Are you going to really be responding to every one of them? No, you won't. You won't. So what am I saying? I'm saying you need to define what gains dominance over your thoughts. You need to define what gains dominance over your action. When people drop their refuse on your doorstep, you must make up your mind how you respond. You either choose to fight them, or you just choose to just move the refuse away from the doorstep and just move on. A lot of times, those issues are distractions, and that distraction makes them take their eyes off focusing on what is priority and what is important. Perhaps you're in that shoe where every little thing gets at you, every little comment gets at you. You're conscious. You wonder why people will say what they're saying about you. If you're in that situation, I'd like to encourage you to train your mind to start rethinking the philosophy, rethinking your approach to life. And I said that to say this: you must be conscious that not everything that comes your way is for you to respond. Somebody drops some dirty comments, it's not for you. It's not always a reason for you to respond. The one that even baffles me is when people say, how do they even put it now? Let me teach her a lesson. Let me straighten her up. Let me correct her. My brother and my sister, there's a point in time where you just need people. How many people can you really correct? If someone has said something negative about you, you want to correct. How much of a correction can you really do? I said that because it's important, because you find yourself in a situation where you always want to prove to people or gain approval, as it were. Those are shallow-minded thinking. So make up your mind. It requires training, you know. You're not going to fight with everybody you see. For instance, you're driving on the road, and this is something I think a lot of Nigerians do a lot. You're driving on the road, and somebody just overtakes you or does something crazy. Yes, the person does something very crazy, and then you just stick your neck out of your car. In fact, the most embarrassing of all are those who are driving in air-conditioned cars. The person will wind down their car, stick their neck out of the car, only to insult the person that has driven far away. It's just mentally absurd. The person has left you, you insult me, or you're the one who has done something wrong on the road, and then somebody else is trying to insult you, and you want to respond. For God's sake, even if you shout at the top of your voice, the tendency that person would coherently hear you what you're saying is very minimal. So why waste your energy? I've trained myself so perfectly well when I drive in the streets of Lagos that I don't respond. There's just nothing you will say that will get me to react. There's nothing. I'll just throw my face away and move on. Because at the moment time you realize that you just build up the wrong kind of energy around your life. No. You don't need the approval of everybody around you. Another interesting part of this whole story is when you try to want to explain yourself to people every time, or why you're behaving the way you behave, or you don't have to explain yourself to people every single time. True, yes, you don't have to. And that still boils down to the fact that you have to pick your battle. You have to decide what you're going to spend your energy on. Otherwise, you just be tossed left and right with no direction. So do that and help yourself come out of that mental bondage. Yeah, it's a real mental bondage where you get very upset at everything everybody does and get so worked up. You know, there's such freedom that comes when you know you have you have so much of an shock absorber for people's nonsense. Your life it's almost always better when you can absorb nonsense from people. Your life is always better. I don't have to respond to a man who insults me on the street. I'm in my car. He's insulting me on the floor. Why do I need to park and come down and start having a conversation with that person? Makes sense. It does sense. So what am I saying? I'm saying you must know when to turn away. You must know when to walk away. Not every fight is meant for you. Conserve your energy. Save time. Save your energy. Avoid yourself being used as a dump ground for all sorts of negative. Particularly for those of you living in the state of Lagos, where there's so many. It appears like as though everybody walking on the street of Lagos are just crazy. So you must be the only same person. So when people do things to you, you must, when you're driving in the car or you're in the public bus, you must realize that you will be training your mind to determine over the years how you react to situation. And you're going to be fighting the conductor every single time. These are things that you must learn to do. Praise God. I'd like to invite you to our Wednesday service at Christ Embassy Gainesville. Praise God. Kindly use the link just below this video to join the service. It starts shortly. Praise God. I trust you. God bless as you do so. So I'll see you on the other side of the service, right? God bless you. Thank you.